Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev, and this is the Beginner's Guide to Subnautica. In today's episode, which is episode 3, we first are going to make our radiation suit to make sure that if you want, you can go over to the blown up ship. It has to be blown up first, of course, but if you want to swim all the way the hell over there and explore and see what's going on, have at it. Next, we're going to make our new base, and I'm going to give you just the most basic of things you need to put in it, which is basically the Fabricator and good storage. To start out, that's all we're going to need until we get a few other things. We are also going to do, and I'm going to show you where and how to put a beacon in the water. And we're going to make our mobile vehicle bay, because you have to make that if you want to make any submarines. So hold on, folks. Up first, let's get that damn lead suit made. That you have a knife made, which we already talked about, and it's real easy. It even tells you to do it. And I would again fill up. Make sure you keep it an even number. You want to be quick because there's stuff that is going to eat us here. Are we full? Yep, we're full. Okay. Always make sure you turn that off. Always make sure you always turn off anything powered when you're inside, because it'll keep draining your power. And of course, we've only got a limited amount of batteries for right now. So, and eventually, if that area I showed you guys, it will respawn a little bit. So we've got to make fiber mesh, and you do that right there. See that? I think we just need 2 of them. Make sure you at least get 4, because this is what it takes. And what else? We need some lead. Well, I've got plenty of lead right here, as you can see. This is my haul from that little area, and again I have a piece of silver. We're going to have to keep looking, because to get that sail suit done, which we're going to need so we don't have to constantly screw around with our water, we can just worry about food, we're going to have to get that other piece of silver. So we needed 2 pieces of lead. There we go. And you can see we've got gloves, fins, tank. We are completely geared up. Now, to go down into the deeper depths, anything over 200, you're going to have to make a rebreather, but we'll get to that later. And that rumbling that you hear is our little volcano. So I thought I would do a little test base here, because you can take things apart, and I'm going to show you guys that. This crap is way too loud. So to do that, you need to make sure first you have your stupid scanner in your head, because I am an idiot. Habitat builder, sorry. And then you can just swim up when you have it done. Hit the Q button, deconstruct. Oh, wait a minute. I'm surprised it let me do that, because we have solar panels here we need to take out. And I bet you, yep, I don't have enough room. That's okay, we'll deconstruct the rest of that later. Anyways, so hold on one second. There's a much better place with a surprise I have set up. So hold on, folks. We'll be right back. So much better place is where I am here. So you can see we've got our little doohickey right there. We've got the big spaceship. And what we'll do is, this is the area we keep coming back to. We got a butthole down there, but that's okay, because once we get this thing down here and built, he ain't gonna be able to do squat diddly to us. And you can do things like put spotlights and other things in. Now, for just right now, we're gonna stick the hatch right here in the front to make things easy on us. Alright. As you can see, now we haven't put any solar panels on, and until we do, no power, no oxygen, it's full of water.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So we'll go up and get us a little sunshine and love. And we want to make sure we have what we need for the solar power panels. And it looks like we got at least enough for one. So and they do work underwater. I wasn't sure if they would, but I have tested it and it worked just fine. So there we go. It won't be a lot, but it should be enough.
All primary systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. So we've got 50. So we're a touch under where we were. So this right behind me, that's the front. More likely than not, we'll keep the center here and we'll build out that way and that way. So what you're going to need when you build your base, we're going to go over the basics I think that you need in the very beginning. And here we go. First things first. You have to have a way to, of course, replicate everything. So you're going to want to get your Fabricator. You're also going to want to build a locker. And right now, those are two most important things. We haven't found a lot of the other stuff that we'll do, and we'll get that as we scan. I wouldn't suggest putting a bioreactor in right now until we get a few other things. So there we go. That is what we need to begin with. So hold on, folks. When we come back, I will have those supplies and we will get it done. Alright, so let's get our Fabricator put up here first. That was a massive pain in the butt to get. But with all of the little things I've shown you so far, you should have been able to get the various components that you needed. Right, the wiring kit and computer chip. Those, of course, are just silver. And the coral I showed you guys earlier, and silver and quartz. So not hard at all. Now at this point you're going to want to build yourself some serious storage, because we're going to be doing a crap ton of farming. So you can build little ones on the walls. Personally, I prefer these because they are much better. See, that is a massive amount. The ones you put on the walls are about half that. So definitely want to stick with that, I would think. And yeah, I would say, yeah, that's probably a good idea right there. So now something else we're going to want to build. It's going to be a beacon, and then we're going to want to, of course, do our mobile vehicle bay. So let's do a beacon. And the mobile vehicle bay, which is what we got all scanned up, is needed if we want to build our first submarine. Oh, and what's that? Yes, why, our base is actually sitting directly over where we're going to have to go to scan to get the parts for our Seamoth. So yes, we'll take that as well. And one of the reasons I'm doing this, and keep this in mind please, is that, and I was reading about it in the forums, it didn't happen to me, but then, you know what, it's all good. If you build your submarines in too shallow of a water, you can and will get them stuck. At the point they get stuck, you can't get them unless you get the terraformer, and then you're looking at a lot of work. So it's just better to build things differently. Now, I wonder, yes, actually we do have, well, is it 2 glass? We need to put some windows or something in here. I won't be able to see what's going on outside. Yeah, it's 2 glass. Okay. Oh, good. I got just enough to make one more. So... oh, look at that. It's dark as a turd outside. Arr. That's okay. So, now we're going to want to do... actually, you know what? I'm going to go get supplies, bring everything over, stock this place up, and when we come back, it'll be light outside, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So hold on, folks. We'll be back in 1 second. Alright, guys. Well, I got a good chunk of my stuff over here, but it took me forever to find this base again without my beacon. So again, this is why you want to use the beacons, especially when I've already got like 40 hours into the game and I'm still having problems. Anyways, it's sunlight now, so we'll go right to our thing right here. Oh shit! Actually, it doesn't. You know what? We'll just. It don't matter. Put it right here. It's not like anyone's going to do anything to it. Okay, so we do. We'll put that as a 3. And this as 4. Alright. So, we release it. Now, the cool thing you can do is you can pick it back up. Or you can edit it. That way you'll know exactly what's what, which is awesome. Now, another thing we're going to have here, and we'll just move out a little bit, is the vehicle bay. Now, currently, this does nothing. We don't have anything. But my friends, that's why we built it. One of the reasons we built this base where we did. Anyways, that's what we've got to scan next. We're going to get our sea moth. And I thought about it, and you'd want to take your beacon and put it under your base, like I did here. That way you can go direct to your base. You don't have to go on top of the water. When I started making beacons, I had already got my sea moth, so a little bit different thought process there. Anyways, folks, so when we come back, that's what we're going to be doing. The next episode is going to be all about getting, then building that sea moth, because we're ready. And then once we get that, we can continue doing extensive searches and scans. So as always, folks, thank you so much for supporting my series and enjoying my guides. I'm glad I'm here. I can help you, because the more you know, the better job you can do at gaming. And one last note, make sure you circle this area and look everywhere. There is a bunch of copper, silver, and gold. That's just one of the reasons, again, that and the sea moth, why I built the base here. So, folks, remember, keep your heads down, your guns up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.